Foxtrot ground, this is Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform at Tango 1, requesting taxi to the main apron for run-up.
From Mike Victor Uniform off for ground, taxi Delta to the main apron.
Delta to the main apron, Mike Victor Uniform, thank you. Welcome everyone to my first flight of 2024. The weather so far has been horrific, really bad in the first couple of weeks of January. Foxtrot ground, this is Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform with Information Hotel on the main apron.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, offshore ground.
Offshore ground, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, Cessna 172, requesting taxi to the active for local north 2,500.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, offshore ground, runway 30, wind 270 at 13, gusting 18, altimeter 3013. Taxi via Alpha Bravo, cross runway 23, squawk 5374.
5374, taxi Alpha Bravo, cross 23, holding short 30, contact tower, Mike Victor Uniform. Foxtrot tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, holding short 30 on Bravo for takeoff.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, Oshawa Tower, right turn out, report 5 miles north, wind 270 at 11, gusting 18, from Bravo, cleared takeoff, runway 30.
Cleared 30, report 5 miles north, Mike Victor Uniform.
Whiskey, Quebec ground, runway 30, wind 260 at 9, gusting 18, altimeter 3013. Taxi by Alpha Bravo, cross runway 23, contact tower 120.1, holding short.
Contact tower holding short.
Airspeed's alive.
Whiskey, Quebec ground, squawk 1237.
1237, over
Glen 1, Oshawa Tower, I check you're about to enter the control zone. Report entering your first orbit.
Say again for recording.
Glen 1, Oshawa Tower, you reported, on the way in, you said you were going to orbit over a location. Report entering that orbit. Victor Uniform Tower, change on route frequency.
En route frequency, Mike Victor Uniform, thank you. So for it being really cold today, outside air temperature right now is minus 15. It is really bumpy. Kind of surprised how bumpy it is. Anyway, like I said, this is my first flight of 2024. The weather so far has been pretty poor. We've had a lot of days with hovering just around the freezing mark, and up to, +8 or +9, with an icing level that, goes from the ground up, which is a bit of a problem. You don't want to fly in icing. You don't want to fly this plane in icing anyway. A lot of low IFR days that, even if I had my IFR, I probably wouldn't out and fly because it's just not fun. Why fly if it's not fun? That's kind of my thing. So what are we going to do in 2024? What are we going to do in 2024? So the major work on Mike Victor Uniform is done, and I've done a lot of the testing, and I think I'm pretty good to go. A couple things that I still want to do. I've ordered, and probably over the next few weeks you'll see videos where we put on new wingtips. And I'm going to put on wingtips from the same company. They're going to have essentially the same shape, drop down, droop down shape. But they're going to have recognition lights in them. So boom, 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 boom. Here's the thing. Mike Victor Uniform has lots of electricity. That's one of the things I made sure that I was going to do with this plane was have lots of electricity. So we put in a really powerful alternator. And my reason for that was so many planes that I had rented, there were all these warnings. Don't have all of these lights on at the same time. Don't, as soon as you take off, turn off your landing light. As soon as you do this. And I just got so tired of that because one of the things that, for safety is being seen. You want people to see you. And so I fly with my lights on, all my lights on, all the time. And I have absolutely no trouble with not having enough power or having a battery that gets drained. So we're going to do that. But after that, there's really no major work left to do to Mike Victor Uniform. I mean, there's a couple things that I want to do, but they're not critical. They're not things that I'm in any rush to do. Six Pack Aero is working out their STC for a new panel design. And once that happens, I will come back and work on putting that new panel in. But that's probably next winter. Probably be a year from now when we start talking about that. For 2024, I want to fly. I want to go places. I want to do things. Last summer, we did a trip to Arkansas, Julie and I, and that worked out really well. We had some weather days, but that's part of the whole thing is hanging out and, you know, seeing new things, going new places, and I'm very interested in that. So this summer, once again, I'm going to be doing the Give Hope Wings, the Eastern Expedition for Give Hope Wings. Don't know what the route is yet. They're still working that out. They've given some hints, but it is the eastern route, so I imagine we're going to end up on the east coast of Canada. We'll probably end up in PEI or New Brunswick somewhere. That would be great. Nova Scotia. Love to go to all of those places. So, you know, up on the map, I'll just throw sort of, you know, what I would like to see is you know, we end up in Charlottetown, PEI, and then make a couple of stops along the St. Lawrence. That would be fantastic, and then maybe a couple of Northern Ontario stops. I'm not part of that planning, but I'm on board with whatever they do. Whatever they do decide for the Eastern Exhibition, I'm going to do that again. I had a lot of fun with that. It's fun flying in a group of other pilots, and we had 12 planes, 13 planes. Anyway, we had a bunch of planes. Can't remember right now. And I had a really good time. We're heading back to Oshkosh, so I'll be doing that in July, a couple weeks in July, and hopefully this time at Oshkosh I'll film a little bit more than I did last year. I filmed the trip there, but then I didn't film anything while I was at the show. So this year I'd like to film a little bit more, meet up with a bunch of YouTubers. We did that last year, got along really well with a pile of the YouTubers, which was great, and I'd love to set up a couple of meetups of flyouts. There's a channel called Rich Wellner, and he flies, he camps, he cooks. Things I love. So, you know, I'm hoping to do a meetup with him this summer, or spring or summer, and fly somewhere, do some camping, do some cooking. That would be great. Julie and I fly back and forth to Quebec City, so we're going to do some stuff in Quebec City. Our big trip this summer with Julie and I will be in August. We want to see the sand dunes in northern Saskatchewan. There's a wilderness park that you can't get to. The only way you can get to it is to fly to the other side of this lake and take a boat across the lake to get there, or you can fly over them. You can't land there. It's a wilderness park. You're not allowed to land. If I had a float plane, I could land a float plane there, but Mike Victor uniform doesn't have floats. Never will have floats. It just wouldn't. Just not enough power. So that's my hope is to get to there, and we've got 2.5 or 3 weeks, and if our timing works, we're going to go all the way to the Arctic Ocean, head up into the Northwest Territories, northern Canada. You know, we've lived to the edge of the tree line, Julie and I, and going above the tree line is something that I have always wanted to do. I have always wanted to get to the Arctic Ocean. And so most of those communities up there, the only way to get there is to fly. They're not easy to get to. And so in 2024, we are going to try our best in August to get all the way to the Arctic Ocean. And I'm really excited about that. In September, I'd love to go to the High Sierra fly-in. I don't know how I'm going to manage that. My problem is I have another YouTube channel that takes all of my time. The cooking channel, we put up 3 videos a week on the cooking channel. And that is a slog, let me tell you. There's a lot to do there. There's a lot of research. You know, I lean heavily on my collection of cookbooks. And I've got cookbooks going all the way back to the 1600s. I have thousands of cookbooks, and I do a lot of research to come up with the recipes and show the history of the recipes. So I'm trying to figure out how to grow this channel in a way that I can then drop the food channel down to only 2 videos a week. And in order to do that, this channel has to sort of stand on its own. It has to make more money. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Is that if I really want to work this channel and make cool videos and fly places, it's got to carry its own weight. And so part of that I'm struggling with is on the food channel, I don't do any sponsorships. 0 sponsorships. That channel exists solely based on pre-roll ads that YouTube puts up. I feel like this channel could could handle maybe a sponsorship or two. And you'll see that I'm wearing Flying Eyes. I'm not sponsored by Flying Eyes. I just think they're great glasses. I tried them on at Oshkosh, put them on my face, and I ordered a pair, and bought a pair for Julie as well. And so I had these made up with prescription lenses, and I absolutely love them. They're light, they're flexible, they live in the airplane. They're my flying sunglasses. And so I'm looking into sponsorships like that, things that make sense for the channel. Those drink your greens things, never. But things that make sense for this channel that maybe would allow me to make content that is a little more expansive, a little more thought through than just me jumping in the plane and flying around in a circle. Something along the lines of Becky and Chris. I love what Becky and Chris do when they go on a big tour and they make those, epic films that they make. I think they're great, and I'd love to do something like that, but that takes time and resources. So I'd love to grow this channel in 2024 so that, maybe that trip in August up to the Arctic Circle, we could get some videos out of that are maybe a little more epic. That's really what I want to do. So I've got a lot of plans for 2024, and I just need to find the time. So I'm working like a donkey right now in the kitchen, trying to get ahead on the videos for the cooking channel so that I've got time open and free that I can do these other things. That's really what's holding me back, is life, busy, work. And what would you like to see? What would you like to see on this channel? I mean, the channel started out with me rebuilding this aircraft, and at some point it needed to transition because the aircraft is done. And so now I'm kind of trying to figure out what those other things that you'd like to see are. Where would you like to go? Who would you like to see me meet up with? I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that I'd like to fly with, and those sorts of things are really what I want to do. So today's flight really is just to break off the rust. Fly for an hour, get the plane out of the hangar, get it hot. I've also got a different headset on today. This is a passive noise canceling in-ear headset. You've seen it once before. I don't wear it that often, but I thought today would be a great day to wear it so that I can wear a toque. It's actually really quiet. It's passive, but I've had custom earpieces made up. It is super quiet. It is as quiet as the Bose A20s. And I can wear a toque. The problem with over-the-ear headsets is that in the wintertime you've got a toque on and it breaks the seal and they're not as quiet as you want them to be. This is super quiet. It's really nice. There are problems with this headset. This is a Axis, I believe. This is the Axis. I have some notes. Not that I think they probably care, but there's some things that I would change differently. I would move this, the cable that comes in. I'd get rid of it. It's really flopping around here. It's kind of driving me nuts. But I'm about to make my first call to head back into Oshawa. So I'm going to end the video here. Still going to keep flying the plane, but I'm not going to talk to you anymore because I need to concentrate. There's going to be a pretty bad crosswind landing coming in. Thanks for watching, and I hope you keep watching in 2024. Talk to you soon. Mike Victor Uniform on a long right base, runway 30.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, roger. Mike Victor Uniform Tower, number 1, departing traffic. Those Zulu Juliet Tower, exit right onto runway 05, contact ground 118.41 off.
Golf Hotel Zulu Juliet.
Golf Yankee Tower, number 2, following Cessna 172 on the right base, about to turn final.
Number 2, looking Golf Yankee.
Tower Hotel Lima, Discipline Short of 30 Broadway for departure.
Lima, India Tower, standby landing traffic.
Lima, India.
Victor Uniform Tower, wind 260 at 11, gusting 16, clear to land, runway 30.
Clear 30, Mike Victor Uniform.
Golf, 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 Yankee 3
Golf Yankee Tower number 2, traffic short final.
They will follow Golf, Golf, thank you.
Lima India Tower at Bravo, line up and wait for runway 30.
Wait 30, Hotel Lima India.
Your uniform tower, no delay, exit Charlie, contact ground 118.41 off.
Can I go off on 05?
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, exit right onto runway 05, and contact ground 118.41 off.
Contact ground 1 off, Mike Victor Uniform 05.
Quebec Tower number 2, followed by departure, short final.
Bravo Lima, Quebec, and requesting C-FMVU.
Lima India Tower, fly runway heading, wind 26010, gusting 16 from Bravo.
Foxtrot ground, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform on 05, requesting taxi to Cheese.
Mike Victor Uniform ground, hello, taxi 05 and Delta.
05 and Delta, thank you very much, Mike Victor Uniform.